Hello, little adventurers. My name is Rebecca, and I can't wait to tell you about one of the most surprising days of my life. It's a story filled with camels, a mysterious visitor, and a very unexpected proposal. Before I met Isaac, I lived in a busy household with my family. My days were filled with fetching water, helping with chores, and occasionally trying to outwit my mischievous brothers. Oh, how they loved to play tricks. Like the time they convinced me the goats could sing if I just sang to them first. Believe me, no amount of singing made those goats do anything but chew grass. One hot afternoon, as I was heading to the well with my jug, I noticed a man with 10 camels sitting by the well side. 10 camels! It seemed like a small parade had lost its way. The man looked weary and hopeful all at once, and before I could ask, he was already talking about needing a drink and a wife for his master's son back in Canaan. I laughed, thinking it was another one of my brother's pranks. A wife? For someone I've never met? But as he spoke earnestly about his quest, I realized he was serious. So I decided to help him, starting with his thirsty camels. Let me tell you, watering 10 camels after a long day's trek is no small feat. Each camel drank like a river. It was a splashy, noisy affair that had me soaked by the end. And the man, let's call him Eleazer, looked so grateful and amazed that he nearly dropped his own water jug. Eleazer explained he was the servant of Abraham, and his master's son Isaac was waiting for a bride just like me. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be my adventure calling? As I agreed to meet Isaac, my family buzzed around like a hive of bees, excited and a bit overwhelmed. Packing was chaos. Imagine trying to fit your life into a few bags. My brothers joked about sneaking in with the luggage, and my parents fussed over every detail. As we said our tearful, laughter-filled goodbyes, I wondered what life in Canaan would be like. Would Isaac be kind? Would he like my cooking? I guess I was about to find out, and I couldn't wait to start this new chapter. The journey to Canaan was an adventure in itself. Our caravan was a sight to behold, with camels carrying not just luggage, but my hopes and dreams too. As we approached Isaac's homeland, my heart was pounding, not just from the bumpy camel ride, but also from the anticipation of meeting Isaac. When we finally arrived, Isaac was waiting in the fields at sunset. There he was, the figure of a man silhouetted against the glowing sun, looking as nervous as I felt. When our eyes met, something funny happened. We both were so eager and awkward that I accidentally dropped my water jug, and he tripped over his own feet trying to catch it. The jug survived, and so did our spirits, breaking into laughter that eased our initial jitters. The days that followed were a whirlwind of wedding preparations. Canaan was buzzing with excitement, and my new family was warm and welcoming, though I had to quickly adjust to their customs. One day, while trying to prepare a traditional meal, I confused spices, leading to a dish so spicy that even the goats steered clear of the kitchen. Isaac, bless him, tried it and turned a shade of red I'd never seen before, but he bravely declared it the best he'd ever had. Our wedding was a beautiful blend of laughter and tears. I was a mix of Canaan and my homeland traditions. At one point, Isaac's dance with his mother Sarah turned into a comical display of toe-stepping and twirling gone wrong, which had everyone in stitches. As the celebration died down and we looked up at the stars together, I realized that love isn't just about the big, dramatic moments. It's also about sharing smiles over spilled water and 2 spicy dishes. Isaac and I were just beginning our journey together, and I already knew it would be filled with love and a good dose of laughter. Settling into married life brought its own set of adventures. Canaan was a land of many challenges, but Isaac and I faced each one with a mix of determination and humor. One of our first tests as a couple came when we decided to host a feast for our new neighbors. Wanting to impress, I took charge of the cooking, determined not to repeat the spicy disaster from before. On the day of the feast, I carefully prepared a large pot of stew. However, in my eagerness to make it perfect, I accidentally doubled the salt. When Isaac tasted it, his eyes watered and he coughed a little, but with a mischievous grin, he whispered, "It's perfect if we're feeding the sea." We quickly fixed it together by adding more ingredients, turning it into a surprisingly delicious meal. Our guests loved it, and our little mishap became a funny story we shared, making the evening even more memorable. Life in Canaan wasn't all feasts and laughter, though. We faced real challenges, too. One year, a severe drought threatened our crops and flocks. Isaac and I worked side by side, with him teaching me the ins and outs of Canaan's agriculture, and me bringing innovative ideas from my homeland. It was during these tough times that our bond deepened. We learned that together we could weather any storm, literally. Then came the joyous yet challenging arrival of our twins, Esau and Jacob. From the moment they were born, it was clear they were as different as day and night. Esau was wild and loved the outdoors, while Jacob was quiet and thoughtful. Raising them was like hosting a daily comedy show, with each day bringing new surprises and laughter. Through it all, Isaac and I learned that love is about more than just sharing joys. It's also about supporting each other through every challenge and laughing together whenever we can. Our life in Canaan taught us about resilience, partnership, and the endless joys of family life. Thank you for joining me on this journey through our tales of love, laughter, and life in Canaan. If you enjoyed our story and want to hear more heartwarming tales like this, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Each story is a new adventure and a new lesson in love and laughter. So keep tuning in, and let's continue to spread joy and inspiration together.